Howdy everybody and welcome back to BTD6. Now in this episode, this is literally the third attempt I have done trying to make this. Whoa, we can finally finish the social seasons. Anyway, we're not going to be covering that today. What we are going to be covering is Polyphemus. Now this is a very cool map. If somebody can be put on the water, like Silas, maybe we try Silas actually, okay. So we're going to do Chimps on Polyphemus. I have attempted to record... pardon me. I have attempted to record this video 3 times. Right? To no avail. So, we're just going to get it done right, and we're going to get it done this time. I think I'm going to try... We're going to be doing Polyphemus on Chimps, but I'm going to be trying things a little bit differently than when I first recorded them. So first of all, this is a discount village right here. We save 50 bucks here. This is a 15% discount village. Let's see. This is normally 160. We save 20. Yeah, so it's about 15%, right? It's enough to be able to afford a tier 2 mermonkey on its own. Right? And I bet that is enough to beat up to saving for something else. The way that I did this before, I had Etienne, but I placed down a 000 mermonkey and a 000 beast handler, and then proceeded to not use the beast handler for most of the entire run. So we're going to see if we can beat Polyphemus with just this little circular region. If you do not know how this map works, it is... there is this map, or this area, gives 15% off, 15% attack speed, and camo detection. I believe it's 15%. I actually don't know what the jungle drums bonus is exactly, but somewhere around that, right? I think this wave, wave 10, we can afford Silas. It is a full discount village, meaning when you purchase a tower and you place it on it, it is cheaper after you've purchased. So if we actually time this right, we could place down Silas mid-wave. And he's even cheaper too. Okay. I think the two of them should work just fine together. Now, the middle of the island does scale up in cost. It goes up by 500 every time you open it again, and it closes every 10 waves on the 6th wave, hence this 6 here, and why it starts closed on Chimps. But before wave 10, it is free to open. So overall, we need... what, 5,000 times 5? We need about $25,000 saved or spent on opening it, I do believe. So we need at least 500 here on wave 16, and I think just these two guys will be good enough. So I want to try to touch on some of the points that I brought up. I'm thinking of maybe making that video still live, and either marking it members only or just putting it up live and letting people watch. It's a little frustrating losing content like that, because, I mean, I did put in the effort still, you know, and I intended to actually upload it. And I had a lot of good talking points, I thought. For one, first of all, join the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, we have like 8 people in there now. Ooh, I think it's actually like 16, which is really cool, in my opinion, that people even want to join the Discord. But, I really appreciate it when you do, and there's actually a lot of cool people in there, and lots to talk about, right? We talk mostly about Bloons Tower Defense 6, but, I mean, we discuss other games if people want to discuss other games, and we discuss whatever, right? Doesn't just have to be games, which I appreciate. Wow, look at how cheap everything is. I knew it would be cheap because I've done this now, but, like, man, this is cheap. We need 1,000 saved on wave 26, so we do need to be a little bit smart about what we spend here. We die here? Oh, we die here. Oh, man, that's lame. We will do this one more time then. This is what I get for trying to rush it, though, you know? So, if that doesn't work, then we'll just buy a boat as well. We can be pretty cheap with all that we buy. And we'll turn on auto start at this point. Okay. But yeah, join the Discord. We've got a few people talking, and it's nice to see new people. Beyond that, though, you know, I had surgery this week. It actually went fine. Nothing to worry about with it, really. I'm healthy. Oh, the homing actually does nothing for us, it looks like. Just about. Good to know. I was curious if it would. I was gonna say it still gives us camo detection, but that doesn't matter. We hit the walls, is what's happening, is why it doesn't matter. Yeah, the way they curve, they want to curve outward instead of inward. I wonder if that's a placement issue. Maybe if I place him closer to the middle here. So we'll buy him at the end of wave 10, on wave 11. That's fine. But yeah, I had surgery. It was very basic, very minor. I'm healthy, I'm fine, and I'm better off for it. Let's see. I don't know. Do you guys all just like play video games in your free time? I'm kind of curious. I've messed around with a few other things, but it's mostly video games in my free time. And for now, my free time is mostly just, you know, a little bit of BTD6 here and there. There really is a lot of what my free time comes down to is playing this game, recording specifically. Typically, I did unlock 4? I think it was 4 expert mode maps for us to black border, but I think I'm going to save those for on stream. So I should be attempting to stream tomorrow, hopefully, assuming everything goes right? So that would be nice as well. But I'm kind of curious because I'm actually going to go ahead and place a boat because I'm not feeling super confident here. And then we'll just reopen it. That's the only downside of having autoplay on. You do have to be ready to reopen it. So we do need... We'll need 1,000 for the next one. We're already pretty close to that. Let's see. It's kind of hard. I feel like now that I've attempted this recording 3 times, which kind of sucks because that means that's a lot of where my energy comes from, you know, the first few recordings, right? So I wonder if... I get the feeling that this one might be a little bit weaker than what I was intending, you know? I do think I was a little surprised by... oh, wait, we can place land towers next to Silas, right? Holy cow, okay. I would like to afford this. Can I do that? This was the wave that beat us before. Okay, everybody already has camo detection as well. Okay, we'll do it later, right? But basically, I want to afford a discount village on top of this. Because I think a discount village goes kind of crazy here, because that also stacks with the 15% off. Or whatever percentage off it actually is, right? So here, we gotta be ready to buy this. Do you think... It looks like Silas is kind of slowing us down here a little bit. Oh, buddy. Silas is slowing us down here a little bit. Let's go ahead and buy this. The issue is these guys have already mostly been upgraded, right? But we can go ahead and... Let's see, it already knocked it down to 225. Oh, that's the same price. So instead of being 295, we save 70 on both of these. Shoot. I'm doing a completely different route than I have ever done before, so I'm curious if I've actually saved enough. I think I have, right? Because we need 1,500 on wave 36, so we're gonna hold off on buying for a second. Yeah, we'll wait. The destroyer is, what, 600 cheaper? 7? Holy cow, it's 900 cheaper? Jeez, dude. The question is, I don't think Jungle Drum stacks. So the question is, do I go for Mib as well? Probably do, right? Mib is kind of handy. One of the things I've been thinking about, and this is something I've mentioned, I think I play Chimps mode wrong. At least when it comes to understanding more advanced Chimps mode stuff, right? I think I should actually be playing a lot more reactive, if that makes sense. I shouldn't be hyper-focusing getting tier 5, right? The tier 5s will come. We can afford them eventually, right? But we need at least Abyss Dweller. Oh, the village sells itself. I see. I should have known that. Actually, I did know that when you have ice towers, at least, they sell themselves instead of just disappearing into the map. That's kind of a big deal. It means we should not be placing villages to get cheaper upgrades right now. We should take advantage of the upgrades we can afford, and then later we'll get, if we ever want a discount village, we'd buy it wave 96 plus, which is really late, I know, but we could maybe make one really cheap upgrade it right at the end, right? Silas being here is also really interesting, I think, because Silas does make ice monkeys cheaper too. Including the tier 5s, I should say. So we will be... Let's see, at what point is tier 5 made cheaper? Holy cow. There you go. 13. Level 13. That's not even that far. That might have been a mistake. I think we get 2,000 still. Yeah, we definitely do. I'm being a little more lax about how I buy upgrades, and I'm worried it's going to cost me. But, like, I think we'll be fine. Maybe we go double icicle impale, right? We could do that, you know. Is there a reason why we would want 2 icicle impales? It's kind of cool. We don't really need it. All that icicle impale is good for, I think personally, is like handling DDTs and slowing wave 98, right? It does a lot on those waves. 95, it solves 91, 3, 5, and 98, I think. Or at least helps solve 98. It handles the DDT waves, and 99 becomes a pushover pretty much too. Which is a big deal, because double HP DDTs, plus another 50% HP from when you first encounter DDTs, is a lot of health, to be fair. So I did find a bug when I played through this last time. I don't know what caused it, but I lost the discount on my Lord of the Abyss upgrade when I went for it before. And now I'm curious what causes that. I'm thinking maybe we buy a couple of embrittlements, by the way, just for the bonus XP to Silas, right? I guess we buy a couple ice shards for now. Okay. And I think at this point, once you hit wave 50 plus, we've kind of understood now the minimum requirements to affording opening it, and we shouldn't need to worry anymore. We should just be above that now. I do feel like maybe this person is not popping ice or frozen blooms. That was good. Okay. We will upgrade to a destroyer for now. We will not upgrade to aircraft carrier. We're going to hold on to our money for a little bit longer now. We should be more than strong enough. What I mean, by the way, about the like buying tier 5s too fast is, I think a good way to put it is, there is no free play scaling from wave 40 to 80, right? So if you can pop a Moab on wave 40, you can pop it on wave 80. So your goal before that point should be having enough Pierce to not worry about getting Pierce capped, right? And I think we can do that pretty handily. So instead, we place down tier 4s and we keep stockpiling our money, and then late game we can maybe afford some of the better tier 5s, and we have built up crowd control to help us handle the Pierce requirements, right? So if I'm feeling overwhelmed, like it feels like I'm going to get overwhelmed, maybe instead of upgrading for more damage, maybe what we should be doing is upgrading for more blue, or more stuns, or things like that, you know? That's kind of where I feel like my head is at, where I feel like I have a lot to improve on. And that it's something more along that line than it is just not understanding how to play the maps, right? It's just a fundamental understanding of how chimps should be tackled. I think that's where I'm at least, right? Where beginner maps, you can really use just about any strategy, right? And some intermediate maps as well. So that's not as big a deal. So currently right now, if we look at this thing is $5,000 off. I'm very curious what it's going to be when he hits level 13. So we're going to wait on upgrading him. We're going to wait on buying the tier 5 ices until we hit Silas being a really high tier, high level. Maybe we do 2 super embrittlements, because I do have 2 of them. 2 embrittlements, that is. Wave 59 is a pretty good chunk of cash there. Now, we have enough to afford Lord of the Abyss, but I think we are fine without it for now. So I think I'm going to hold off. I'm not too worried about affording wave 66 because 63, 62, and 61 are all pretty high income waves. But you can see, like, our biggest issue here should be Pierce Cap because there's a bunch of regrows. It's not hurting us though, and then the Moabs are just kind of there on top of it. And I think I'm kind of looking at the wave composition more right now, and kind of seeing the idea that I'm talking about, right? Where they push a lot more regrow rushes in the mid-game. Test your Pierce Cap, because in the late game, the Pierce is just needed, right? It's already there. We have the tier 4 for this. Yeah, that's what she's here for. The Mermonkey top path is very good at handling wave 63. Especially as, I mean, you can really see it here, huh? He just, like, pops the whole wave. Holy cow. On top of that, Icicles is also good at popping wave 63, so we were not at all worried about that wave. I think overall this map is it's pretty easy now at this point, right? If this map was not ever nerfed, if we weren't buffed on this map, right? Because if you didn't know, this map used to just be two paths coming in at the same time, and then just leaving. They would not circle this middle island part. Or this middle water part, I guess. Which made this map a lot harder, it turns out. If you don't have to worry about, or if you have basically half the track length of opportunity time, right? Huh. Do you know that my mouse appears if I circle too many times? I guess that's a Find My Mouse effect. We gotta be ready to open again. Yep. So we have 29k. I think maybe we go for Lord of the Abyss first here. I know Aircraft Carrier gives a buff. I'm not too worried about that buff right now. Or I guess I should say the final upgrade does at least, right? It gives a 17% attack speed boost to all water towers, of which everything we're placing is going to be a water tower, so everything should attack. We should basically get double jungle drums off of it, right? I think that's a pretty big deal, I'll be honest. I don't think Silas is going to hit level 20 with the number of ice monkeys we have put up. Sheesh. This guy does not damage leads still, huh? Guess that's probably why we want to get embrittlements. Ah, that would be a good reason why. We might actually also want to get refreeze. Typically you don't need refreeze if you're not going enhanced freeze, because these guys don't attack fast enough. But we're gonna have 2 attack speed boosts again. So maybe they will. Maybe. Definitely feel like we're doing just fine on this time though. This is different from the strategy that I used when I previously recorded. This one is maybe a little more refined, a little more figured out, right? Having Silas around instead of having... I had Etienne originally, right? Which makes sense, right? It's the camo guy. But you're given camo detection on this map, so it's completely unnecessary. And the range doesn't really matter, because you really want to be targeting in this circular area anyway. You know? Who's our strongest tower right now? I think Silas does, like, no damage, by the way. That's just kind of always the case. They're complete... I would say they're, like, purely a support tower. Support hero. Okay. I do feel like that ice is actually making us work a little slower than normal, though. Maybe we should get embrittlement to get rid of that, Does embrittlement also remove the ice protection, by the way? That's a really weird question to me, because I know it just says lead, but can any tower can any balloon hit by embrittlement be popped by any tower? I kind of feel like the answer is probably no. I don't know. Did I mention that I gouged my finger today? I guess gouge might not be the right word. I sliced it pretty bad though, right? It was bleeding quite a bit. kind of nasty. But basically, we work with iron pins. I'm a land surveyor. So we put these pins in the ground. Well, they're cut by a machine, and they're cut very sharp because of that. Oh buddy, didn't realize where it was, where the iron pin was, and I dragged my finger across it and just cut it from middle of finger on my ring finger all the way down to the tip of my finger, through the fingernail and everything. It's pretty painful. And Silas takes forever if you don't have 10 ice monkeys. This would definitely be a map to consider trying 10 ice monkeys on, though, I think. I think you could do it. I bet Ice Monkey can handle this first part on their own, right? You just pick, like, Enhanced Freeze. You can always afford an Enhanced Freeze Ice Monkey? That's weird. So this is 22,000. This is a 30% discount on Icicle Impale. And all the other ones as well, I guess, too, huh? Holy cow. That is a cheap Icicle Impale. So we spent, to save 8,000, we spent 700 bucks. 800 bucks. That's a pretty good deal, I must say. If I have ever heard of one. I think we'll probably still buy a carrier flagship first. Although, I want to make sure I don't get the bug. So maybe I'll buy the other tier 5s first. He is a really good tower, but not totally necessary right now. 21k for this upgrade. Probably means the middle path. 22k, so it's probably like... It's probably also like 13k or something. We could probably just throw that down at the end for no risk, right? This is what I'm talking about with the regrows, by the way. You'll see a lot fewer of these waves where they just regrow after regrow with blimps on top, you know? Once we hit 80 plus. You see a lot more ceramic rushes, and you see a lot more Moab rushes, obviously. I'm very curious how good these ice fragments are. Clearly they don't count towards the, towards Silas's pops. They seem to count towards the ice monkey themselves, so that's kind of neat. I don't feel like we're doing okay to not need to upgrade right now. We'll go ahead and toss down our third ice monkey. We'll get him down. We don't really need him right now, but... Would we rather have more range or the ability to pop leads? I feel like more range, right? Now we slow everything around us. I think we're actually still fine to buy this tier 5. Oh yeah, by the way, it cost 16k. So we save 6k off of that. I guess that makes sense, and these ones you save about 9k on. That makes sense. Still, is that the cheapest tier 5 currently on this map, right? Because Ultra Jug, yeah, is 16.2. Although I guess you could put on Wave 90s, I bet we could get a very cheap, I guess it would be 14k Ultra Juggernaut. Not really necessary though, huh? I think this wave is worth a deceptively high amount of cash, if I remember correctly. Doesn't look like it should be worth much, in my opinion at least. Then we pick up a few thousand more, yeah. Once we feel like, if we ever feel like the Moabs are overwhelming us, we should probably pick up Icicle Impale. But until then, I'm just gonna stall. I'm gonna wait it out. I guess we can hit these buttons just to... Oh, those actually push back BFBs too? Nice. I don't know if we're gonna have enough to buy 2 tier 5s, huh? Not on top of all the other tier 5 ice monkeys. Is the Paragon upgrade cheaper? It's probably cheaper too, right? Frozen Balloons take more damage from all abilities is such a weird text line. Because I know it means abilities, but like... I can't really imagine needing bonus damage on abilities, right? Does that mean like... Oh, holy. There we go. Still at 22k? Yeah, you're still at 15. There was like, the bug that happened was somebody lost their reduced upgrade price. But not this time, it seems. Okay, we will turn on refreeze. I don't think we need it, but just in case. We should probably buy Icicle Impale because these DDTs might be legitimately scary. We'll see. They'll at least lose their lead properties, so maybe it won't be so bad. Yeah, we're doing okay. And I think with 94 existing, we don't need to worry about the 90s at all for being able to afford the final closing at 4,500. Probably wave 89 that we afford Icicle Impale, it looks like. I bet you can still make that discount village worthwhile, right? If you just buy it at the right time when you're planning to buy all of your upgrades. Wow, we were 1 penny off of affording that upgrade. Right, because if you wait until every tower is placed that you plan on upgrading to tier 3, because you could probably defend on this map like that, right? And then it just auto-sells. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Maybe I should try that at some point. See just how little money we can spend. I definitely think we're way overspending on our defenses on this one. From wave 90 to 100, we have 50k to spend, so we're not going to be able to afford all 3 of these guys. Ooh, I'm sorry, did I just breathe heavily into the mic? That was not intentional. Hopefully my mic audio has sounded good too. I've been having a lot of issues with OBS this last couple weeks. To a frustrating degree, and a lot of it I think comes down to updating my Steam Deck when I hadn't updated it. I always put off updates, but I hadn't updated that thing in like a year. And I probably shouldn't have, but I thought it's harmless, what could go wrong? And now everything works differently. You live and learn, you know? Everybody always hates updates, and I thought, usually I do too, but let's give it a shot, right? What's the worst that can happen? The worst that could happen is it ruins your whole setup, it turns out. Which is a pretty big deal, I would say. Man, anytime you don't need camo detection on this carrier flagship, this guy goes crazy, dude. Look at how much this guy cost us on this map, 36,000. And he's gonna do at least half of the pops, I would bet. Close to half the pops at least, right? I think you don't even have to start Mermonkey on this map. Any water tower you can probably start on this map, I bet, right? Submarine super cheap. Buccaneer super cheap. You could probably start Ice Tower. It might be a little tight. Maybe you can do Ice Tower. You probably can't afford... No, you can't afford to, because you have to be able to place the tower before you get the discount. Okay. So we're gonna wait till after this wave ends before we actually buy any more upgrades. 96, 98. Do you think that's enough? That's enough for one of these guys. We probably want super brittle, right? We don't need any more slowing. Here, the other nice thing is, like, we even get the Pierce Cap bonus off of this person, too. Off of the Mermonkey. No, we probably don't even need... Does the slowing aura stack with the Ice Monkey slowing aura? I wonder... I bet it... I get the feeling that it probably doesn't, right? I don't think I'm just breathing into the mic. I am sorry if I am. This looks like it's going well. And it looks like... maybe they can attack through... Hey... Where's my, Hey, where'd my, where'd my Mermonkey go, guys? Why did it disappear? I kinda wanted that guy, I'll be honest. I was kinda, like, kinda betting on that guy. Alright. Guess Mermonkey it isn't. On this run. Guess we just get airburst darts and... I mean, I think we're still strong enough, but, hey, where'd he go? My guess is that he eventually, for some reason, one of these upgrades changed where he was technically sitting, and he counted as being on land. And if you're a land tower in this area, then you get sold at the end when it closes, right? And I don't know why that would be the case, but that's about the only thing I could think of. But hey, that kind of sucks. You know that? Now we gotta, like, maybe think a little bit. Probably not too much, but still a little bit, right? I don't really want to get Pierce capped here. We will be buying first strike though, so that we have any chance at beating the bad. We're still strong enough, but it doesn't feel very good. It also means like our tower numbers are all fricked up. Sorry, I thought it would be a little funny to censor myself there. I don't curse anyway, but oh yeah, I mean, first strike capability is so good, man. Our damage is definitely a little lacking at this point, but that's okay. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. That's a little lame that we lost one of them, but oh well. We still got the total pops. We still won. We spent 170,000, even though we were missing it, you know. I don't know how much it cost. Let's see. Maybe let's step into a replay real quick. Sandbox, I should say. We did lose probably about 30k, right? That would be my bet. Yeah, 27,000, we were just down for no reason. You know, that's okay, though. Overall, though, that's a very fun map, and it's a very unique map having that discount. I think the recording worked this time, so thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a comment. Maybe explain what happened, because I have no clue. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Join the Discord. Did I talk about the Discord this time? I probably did. Anyway, bye.